Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're delving into a case that reads like a page torn from a spy thriller, the chilling assassination of Georgi Markov. This isn't a tale of brute force or a dramatic shootout. This is a story of calculated deception, a murder carried out with a weapon so small, so insidious, it became known as the umbrella murder. Our story begins in Bulgaria, a country then under the grip of a communist regime in the late 1970s. Georgi Markov, a once celebrated Bulgarian playwright and journalist, had become a thorn in the side of the government. His sharp criticisms of the regime, broadcast on Western radio, had made him a target. Markov, who had initially enjoyed great success and recognition, including being a screenwriter for a movie that was even nominated for a Golden Palm in the Cannes Festival, later became a target by the government for being outspoken against the communist regime. By 1978, Markov had defected to the West, settling in London. He continued his broadcasts, exposing the corruption and oppression he had witnessed in his homeland. The Bulgarian regime, it seemed, had long arms. The assassination plan was devised by the Bulgarian secret services, who later reached out to the KGB for support. The 7th of September 1978 was just another ordinary day in London for Markov. He was 49 years old and worked for the BBC World Service. He walked along the south bank of the Thames, waiting at a bus stop near Waterloo Bridge. As he stood there, he felt a sharp sting, like an insect bite, on his right thigh. He turned around but saw no one suspicious, just a man who apologized for bumping into him and quickly got into a taxi. He didn't see him clearly and did not suspect it was anything else. He didn't think much of it, and that evening he was on air as usual at the BBC. However, later that same night, Markov started feeling sick and feverish. The pain in his thigh intensified, and the small red spot where he was pricked was now swelling. His condition rapidly deteriorated. He was quickly admitted to a local hospital, and 4 days later, on the 11th of September, he was dead. The doctors were puzzled. They had no idea what had caused his sudden, rapid decline. The official cause of death was ruled as blood poisoning, but as suspicion arose, an autopsy revealed a shocking truth. A tiny metallic pellet, no larger than a pinhead, was lodged in his thigh. This pellet, later found to contain ricin, a deadly poison derived from castor beans, was the murder weapon. The investigation launched by British authorities uncovered a complex network of espionage and political intrigue. It was clear this wasn't a random act of violence. The KGB's involvement was heavily suspected, as the methods were aligned to their practices, but the Soviet Union denied any involvement. The Bulgarian government also denied all responsibility, despite its strong motive. The unique delivery method of the poison, the pellet injected with a modified umbrella, became the focus of international attention. It spoke to a level of sophistication and planning that was alarming. The umbrella murder became a symbol of the Cold War era of espionage. There were never any arrests made in the case, though the main suspects of the attack were still alive. One of them, a Bulgarian secret agent, had died in 2008 of a heart attack, while the other, who was a high-ranking official of the Bulgarian Secret Services, has never been charged. The case of Georgi Markov became a symbol of the dark side of Cold War espionage and state-sponsored terrorism. It exposed the lengths to which governments were willing to go to silence their critics and the terrifying efficiency of the Secret Service operations. It has also shown the impact of the political climate on individual lives and the way someone's voice can become so important that the government wants to silence it forever. While the true perpetrators may never fully be brought to justice, the story of Georgi Markov stands as a stark reminder of the power of truth, the vulnerability of those who speak out against oppression, and the chilling sophistication of political assassinations. It's a case that leaves us pondering about the depths of human cruelty and the ever-present danger of political extremism. The legacy of his murder still echoes to this day, and the case remains unsolved.